question.
So it's a form of mayoral control.
Not at all. This is what my plan actually does is open up an opportunity for all children that live in our city to have choices, parents to have choices, whether that's our city school district or a charter school or even private school. I believe that our parents deserve to be able to make choices regardless of what their income is.
So it sounds like you don't have a lot of faith in the Rochester City School District to really turn things around and be able to help not only poor performing students but keep middle class families here.
Well, that's not necessarily what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that we don't have time. And if we just say that we're going to leave this to the Rochester City School District to do, it may take 20 years to do. You know, the superintendent said at his State of Schools, listen, this is our last chance. And he's doing what he can do to improve this by introducing early childhood education, reading programs, and other things. However, we need to make sure that we give parents choices and options, and that this plan would give them that opportunity.
Is it fair to say that you would use city funds to support charter schools?
No, we can't use city funds to support charter schools. What I will do is I would, as mayor, make it access for those high-performing charter schools to come in. I will go after them and say, look, we have the lowest graduation rate for African-American males in the country, 9%. 10% of Hispanic males are graduating from school. Our city is 7th in the nation for childhood poverty. This is a crisis. We need all the help we can get. And so I am creating the opportunity for these high-performing charter schools that have a proven success rate to come in and work with our current city school district and also our private and parochial schools to give our children the best fighting chance that they have at a successful life.
So you see charter schools as really kind of the savior here?
Not necessarily a savior. I think it is a supplement. What we will create is an opportunity and a supplement for the city school district with, and even with supporting the tax credit bill that is currently in the state legislature for parents that want to and currently send their children to Catholic or private school. It is supporting them in their effort, and they deserve to get a tax credit.
What would be stopping you as mayor from using funds to support charter schools?
Well, they have to get the way that the state is funded, the way the education is funded. To be honest with you, charter schools do not get what the city school district would get per pupil. Actually, 2/3 of the funding that a city school district will get for funding would go to the charter school. And so what I would do is create the environment for these charter schools to come into our city to help educate our children that have been suffering in this educational system, the current educational system all along.
Would city money go toward, I don't know if this is correct, Lovely, but go toward educating kids in a parochial school? And if that's the case, where does the separation of church and state come in?
No, city funds will not go towards that, and state funds wouldn't go towards that. Actually, what the bill would currently do is in the state legislature, it will create a private scholarship fund, an opportunity for a private scholarship fund. I believe that Buffalo has one of these, and I think New York City may as well, where private dollars could go towards sponsoring children to go to private or parochial schools. What our city funds will be used for is I will be creating a commissioner of education that would be going after these high-performing charter schools, that would be creating a database that parents could go to, a parent-friendly database that parents could access about what educational opportunities are available. I would also be creating an opportunity for college internships for our students that are returning from college. It will also be used to help create a database for internships, opportunities for people that want to go to college, as well as vocational school opportunities. So it's sort of like a database for one-stop shopping that will be housed on the city's website.
Will you try to change the MOE from 119 million?
No, no. You know, we give 119.1 million to the district, and that's set by the state legislature. I don't have the authority to do that. What I would do and what my focus is to make sure that every child in this city gets the opportunity to succeed in doing whatever it takes. That means helping our city school district. That means attracting high-performing charter schools. That means creating opportunities, vocational opportunities for our young people that do not see college as an option. But I believe and I know the number one reason why parents leave our district and middle-class families leave is because of the educational system. We have to give them choices, and we have to give them options and those choices to stay. Believe me, like I said, my friend who only has, 2, 3 elementary schools to choose from, I can't ask her to sacrifice her child's education. She can't afford to send her child to private school. So the best thing for her to do is put up her house for sale and move to the suburbs.
Redirecting city funds, the city's already strapped financially. Where would those funds come from?
Well, to be honest with you, Mike, we're going to have to do a couple of things. We're going to have to pay our police officers. We're going to have to pay our fire department. We're going to have to give our school district $119.1 million. But in that small portion of it, we have some discretionary funds. We get to choose what programs we want to fund. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to cut this or cut that at this point in time. But what I'm saying is that we have a small discretionary pot. And what I'm doing and what I've put in your packet is not about taking millions of dollars to do this. I think that the new education commission will cost about $200,000. We would go after private dollars. It has been done in Newark, New Jersey. The mayor, Cory Booker, who doesn't have mayoral control, has just received over $20 million in private funding to create educational opportunities for his children. And as the mayor, I plan to lead on this issue. This is one of the single most important issues that face our city today.
One of the biggest problems that charter schools have is real estate. They can't typically afford to build a school, so would you divert money or make available buildings for charter schools?
Tim, have you seen our city? We have a lot of vacant buildings around here. So absolutely, I would sit down and I would talk to them about what they're looking for, what we need to do as a city to have them come here, what choices they need to make. I would tell them the crisis that we currently are in, that we're basically at ground zero, and we need help, and we need their help. They have a proven success rate with dealing with this urban population. And so I'm not talking about, bringing in charter schools that have never dealt with this population. No, we're talking about bringing in charter schools that have a proven success rate with urban education, and also recruiting teachers that want to deal with this population as well. Any additional questions? Yes. You seem like you have.
Yeah, you have a child yourself.
Yes.
And have you already given thought to whether or not that child will go to a city school or a charter school?
Well, that's why I'm here. That is exactly why I'm here, because I believe that every child should have the same choices and the same access to educational success as my own child. And that's why I say that this parent is ready to lead. I'm ready to work with other parents and also people that really want to put the education of our children first.
Well, where is your child going to go to kindergarten?
Well, she's only 2.5 right now, so she's at, she goes to daycare half-time at
Caring and Sharing.
Caring and Sharing. Kimberly Robertson over there on Webster Avenue. She runs a great program, and she will probably continue there until she is old enough to go to kindergarten.
And then?
I don't know. But see, rather I'm elected mayor, and rather I'm able to bring some high-quality, high-performing charter schools here and work with the district to improve what's happening in their schools, and we'll see. And maybe I'll get a tax credit.
There was already, the district had set up, or not the district, but the district and charter school set up a compact to try and work together. The whole idea behind charter schools was to try and transfer some of that information into the public schools. But that compact, you were talking about collaboration with the superintendent. That's been attempted and it didn't work, so what would you do differently?
Well, I think there has to be you know, that collaboration was under a different superintendent. That was when John Claude Bazar was here. And so what I think that we have to do is elevate the conversation, not on quantity or school quantity, but on school quality. And so our quality, the quality of our schools, whether it is a city school district, city school, or a charter school, has to be a school that is best suited for the children that live in our city. You know, how do we create that? Well, we have to go after it. We have to show leadership and go after these charter schools and talk to them, and also, you know, sit down with the superintendent and say, what do you need help with? What do you need help with? You know, what's the major, you know, set of circumstances that you're facing that you think that it will take 20 years to fix. We have to be realistic about this thing. We don't have 20 years. We don't have another generation. We cannot do this for another generation. Our city won't survive. I don't care how much investment we make in downtown, it will encapsulate it, and it will all be for naught if we do not figure out a way, as Heidi Zimmermeyer said, to keep middle-class families here, and if we do not figure out a way to provide our children with adequate education.